Hello, I'm Chloe Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Wednesday, the 20th of April, 2022. I hope you're doing well. I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. In that, I do general channeling for the collective, but I also give mini reads as well for donations. So if you've got a particular question for your higher self about your life, about a relationship, or something like that, come along in there. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing that's down there. You can see when it is in your time zone. You can also click on set a reminder there as well. Don't forget to click that notification bell and that subscribe button as well to get those notifications. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website, BeHealing.com. I get them out within 48 hours of you ordering them. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there as well. If they're all sold out, check back 24 hours later, day 2 later, and you'll be able to find something opening up. What energies we all have going on today? Well, we've got 3 cards, so it's a bit of a busy day. We've got the Sentinel, you need to protect yourself. We've got Grey, something really good is flowing in the awakening, something new starts. A new start here is really flowing now, and you need to protect that, nurture that. And so you might be shifting your priorities and prioritizing something that's new here or someone that's new here, wanting to spend your time and effort on that, protecting it by maybe not focusing on other things, like putting other things on the back burner, other responsibilities that you've got. Imagination, you could be in your imagination a lot today. It could be something new starting off and you're imagining it. Could be like a new relationship or a new job or a new business, something starting off, and you're in that stage where you're just getting excited about it, imagining great things happening and all of that. What else? We've got empathy. There's more beneath the surface. So people paying attention to your feelings today. Empathy is a double-edged sword, like everything. There's a positive and negative expression of everything. Empathy in its good state is that we care about other people, and we're aware of other people and how we affect them, which is a great thing. But the dark side of empathy is when we do that too much and we forget about ourselves. It turns into people pleasing and enabling others and that kind of thing, and we miss ourselves out, so we forget to do that empathy for ourselves. So be careful of that kind of stuff. What else? In the energies today with the tarot cards, what have we got going on today? Tell us more. We have the 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior, kind of unsure about something, whether to defend yourself against something, whether you need to be spending time by yourself, closed down to this, or whether you need to open up to it. Okay, so the imagination might not be that positive today. It could be swings and roundabouts, you're having a positive imaginings about the great things that could happen, and then but imagining the pain as well. We're talking about like a new relationship. You could be imagining romantic times, and then your imagination could stick that knife in and take a twist and go, and then they cheat on you or something like that. So your past pain's coming out. 9 of Wands. What's happened to you before? Getting scared about that. Knight of Pentacles, take things slowly. Slow and steady wins the race. No rush. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, it could be a happily ever after. We could be talking about a relationship. We could be talking about a new job, new business. Whatever is happening that's flowing to you, make sure that you're being empathic to yourself too, compassionate to yourself. Yeah, go for the long term, slowly kind of thing. 6 of Pentacles. Make sure that something is reciprocal first. So make sure that the job is going to pay you right. Make sure that the relationship, the person that you wanted to get a relationship with, is making the effort too. Take it slow, because this could lead to your happily ever after, whatever it is. So this could be the job, the relationship, the thing that is going to stick around in your life, the house that you're moving to. 9 of Wands. Why do we have the 9 of Wands here? Wounded warrior. Pay attention to this. Page of Voices. So the ego, the imagination, the ego mind, that subconscious part of us goes to those scary places. Pay attention to that. Not to indulge yourself in that and go down that deep, dark path, that road of imagining the worst, but to recognize it, and that's where your fear is, and talk to your inner child and say, I know you're scared about that because that happened to us before, didn't it? But you don't need to keep on reminding me and giving that twist, that negative, disastrous twist to my positive imaginings here. I've got this. You can tell your inner child, I got this. I won't let that happen again. I'll protect you this time. Pay close attention to it. Listen. Sometimes that's what meditation is for. Meditation can be used for a lot of different things, but sometimes it's used so that we can pay attention to what is coming up in our minds, because it's the voice of fear often, and it's the inner child that's fearful, if you didn't know. You try to come out. Yeah, truth and growth is behind that. So you're growing, you've got this, and you know it. And remember, when working with the inner child as well, we need to acknowledge their fears. We don't just tell them you're not scared of anything. Just like if you're soothing a child, so your child is crying, they're having a nightmare, and so you go into the room and you soothe them. You don't, when they're telling you about the monsters under the bed, you don't say, "Oh my God, there's monsters on the bed," and jump on the bed and start screaming with them. You don't do that, nor are you dismissive and say, "What are you bothering me for? There's nothing. There's no monsters under there. Go back to sleep." And then stomp out the room. That's what my parents would have done. No, you soothe the child, and you say, "Oh, there aren't any monsters, and you're safe now. I'm here. I'll sort it out. If there were any monsters here, I'd sort it out anyway." That kind of stuff. So you're acknowledging it and you're soothing yourself, your inner child, but you're not taking on its nonsense either. It's that kind of thing. That's how you deal with that fearful voice of the inner child there. Nine of Pentacles, you're taking something slowly because things are up in the air. You're not sure about it yet, and you shouldn't be sure about it yet. If we're talking about like somebody new in your life that you've just met, you can't possibly know. Even I, as a psychic, can't possibly know whether they're going to reciprocate, whether it's my happily ever after. We can believe our imagination, but that's not an advisable thing to do. Just take it slowly and get to know. You don't need to make your decision up front. You need to decide when you've just met someone whether you're going to marry them or not, if they're a twin flame or not. Very unhealthy behavior, because get to know somebody, or get to know the job or the offer or whatever is on the table here that you are moving toward. There's awakening here. There's masculine energy behind that. Get to know them. Or it could be about taking action as well, taking the lead kind of thing on that. So I'm just getting this very strong. Just take it slowly. You don't need to decide up front in whatever it is. You don't need to be able to predict the future and know exactly what it is. But we do have the Ten of Pentacles on the table. So whatever it is that you're getting into now, it could be happily ever after. You know, it could be the house that's ideal for you, the job that's ideal for you, the relationship that's ideal for you. It could be, but you need to advocate for that for yourself. I mean, you need to make the good decisions yourself. I mean, some people, they say, like on my videos and readings and stuff, they'll say, my twin flame, but they're dreadful toward me, and they abuse me and treat me like this. I'm like, well, they're not then. That's not a divine masculine if they're doing that, or a divine feminine that's doing that. They're not a twin flame if that's the case. So let that go. Sometimes these beliefs can really hinder us. So sometimes you're better not knowing and going off people's actual behavior, so you can make good choices for yourself. Ace of Inspiration. So anyway, Ten of Pentacles. Well, your feelings could be there. The music of emotions. The love could be there. The feelings. But feeling isn't everything. Ace of Inspiration. There also needs to be like a clear decision made to go down this route, both parts kind of thing, so you don't rush into that. Five of Emotions, not leaving yourself out, so honoring the emotions but not leaving the mind out of it. This is calling for balance and being strong in that too. So if you've been overly logical in the past, bringing your emotions into it, marrying that. If you've been overly emotional in the past, so believing this is the one as soon as you meet somebody, then you need to bring logic into it, right? Instead of leaving yourself out. So it's just this balance that needs to be had here. And that strong message of you don't need to guess whether this is your happily ever after or not. Just make a clear decision for yourself and take that nice and slowly. Things are allowed to be up in the air for a while. You don't have to rush into a decision. There is letting go behind that. So you've got to let go of some ideas of maybe what's possible. As I said, even I, as a psychic, don't know. I have to let things play out. I have to let people show me who they are. And then let go if they show me that they're not it. When they show me that bad behavior, then I know they're not it. So I'm just thinking about a relationship that I got into a couple of years ago. And it was great. I mean, I got to know him for a month before we got together. And we got together, we started dating, and it was great. It was looking really good. And then a few weeks into it, yeah, there was red flags that came up. He was kind of being controlled, very loving and giving guy, but he was kind of a bit naive because of it. He was younger than me, a bit naive because of it, and being controlled by someone else, and being manipulated by them, which was causing problems in our relationship. And instead of discussing it with me, he didn't. And so that was a huge red flag there. It's like, well, I've got to get out of this. And it was really hurtful what went on as well. So I'm like, I'm out of here. Quickly changed my mind about it. And my friends were commending me on that, going, wow, you let that go really fast. It's like, because I was invested. You all saw that. I really loved the guy and was having great fun with him. But I wasn't stupid invested in it. I wasn't thinking, this is it. This is my, I didn't invest myself fully into it like that. I was just going in with the flow and seeing where it went to. It could have been good, and it was good, but it was short-lived, and that's okay. Six of Pentacles, because those that can reciprocate properly, they're few and far between, and that's okay. Sometimes we're not able to reciprocate properly in relationships, and we can be honest about that too. So evidence, evidence. Let's watch for the evidence. Ton of Inspiration is about putting those burdens down. In other words, let that reciprocation come in. Don't be the one making all of the effort. Don't try and rush this by making all of the effort up front. Don't try and make someone be the right thing or make that job be the right thing by trying to rush it and push it. Wait for them to reciprocate. Wait for them to show you. Wait for the evidence. Past, present, and future. Learn from your past of how you did it kind of wrong and how you fell into traps before, because there's no end of people, especially in this line of work, that are here saying things that make me know that they feel like a victim to someone else when they've actually just invested way too much into that relationship with someone that didn't deserve it, someone that was always going to be the way that they were going to be. They just didn't see it. They believed their imagination about that person, the potential of that person, instead of believing the actual evidence. So just getting into it way too fast and then feeling hurt because of that. And it's all the other person's fault for not being what I wanted them to be. And it's not. We need to take people at face value. That's called loving people properly. It's taking them on face value. I'm talking about loving people properly, not being in relationship with them no matter what, but loving people properly and letting them be who they're being and getting the lessons that, just letting them be wherever they're at and deciding whether we want them in our lives, have a relationship, a friendship, we'll work with them, whatever it is. What's going on in our love lives today? We've got embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Oh, some of you are coming together some of you are coming together with someone important, let's put it that way. And I can't tell you that this is your soulmate, your twin flame. All I can tell you is to pay close attention, to live this one and be aware of yourself. You're the creator in your experience, and you need to live this one fully present, to not fall into those fantasy. There's fantasies. Sometimes doing the spiritual work can have us in that fantasy too much, have us believing in the universe too much, that everything is a gift that's put in front of us. It isn't. There's a mixture of everything. There's all kinds of people out there. There's terrible things, there's great things. There's terrible people, there's great people. They're all going to be out there in front of you. Don't take everything as if it's a gift meant for you. It's not. You got working through your feelings, so you could have some feelings to work through today for sure. That's showing up, isn't it, here? Yep. Okay, what else in our love lives today? You might just need to give yourself what do they call it? When a parent talks to a child and go and take a long, hard look in the mirror or something like that, or you need a talking to, a reality check, that kind of thing. Yeah, a reality check. Strings attached. There could be strings attached. Pay attention. Love yourself first. Don't give it all away to someone else. Love yourself first. Oh, yes, there can be hope there. There can be hope there, but don't believe in that fantasy until you've got the actual evidence. And wouldn't it be lovely if you get the evidence of that, but don't believe that you are going to get the evidence of that. Some of you are so fearful because of the pain that you've experienced in the past to get into a relationship unless you've got those guarantees. And you're watching readings like this, or like my pick a card reads to get those guarantees so that you'll even open up to relationship. Now, the universe knows that. If that's you, it knows that. And it's going to give you that confirmation to get into a relationship so that you get the lesson. And it's not, nothing has gone wrong. You just need to get into relationships to get those lessons, to learn these things, to learn to take it slowly and to actually evidence-based stuff, you know. So holding on, this is a problem. You could be holding on to someone from the past, or you could be clinging to someone that's shown you red flags. We've got a tryst here. So someone, it's more of a dalliance, it's more of a fling kind of thing. Fear of commitment with someone that's got a fear of commitment. Someone posted on Facebook, what do you call a guy who wants to, doesn't want a relationship, but still wants you all to themselves too? My response was a dreamer, because there's no way I'm putting up with that stuff, and neither should you either. And so I'm getting that vibe from this. This is a tryst, and you might be holding on to them, wishing for more from it, and it's not going to be more. And so evidence, believe the evidence, not your fantasies. Believe the evidence, not your fantasies, yeah. What else have we got in the energies today? Whee! What's this woman about? There we go. Okay, we've got a wedgie. Someone's trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. It might appear that way. Someone's, yeah. Well, where was the card? Oh, there it is. I couldn't see it then. We've got a woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with a haystack. Karma, you'll reap what you've sown. So there could be trouble with a woman today, but don't worry, karma will play out, whatever karma it is that you've got and she's got. There's great excitement today. Yeah, it could be overexcitement as well. And guaranteed success. Wow, if you're on this path, there's guaranteed success and you will make it happen in a very sensible way is what I'm hearing. Well, think of a yes or no answer question, because I got a red and a green crystal in this bag and I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for your answer. This is just a bit of fun because this is a general reading. If you've got a specific question to ask those crystals, then come along to a Psychic Cafe show. I'll also pull cards out for clarity on that. It's for donations in that show. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing channel down there. You can click on set a reminder on that show, see when it is in your time zone and all that stuff. I can use them in private readings as well. If you're interested in a private reading with me, book yourself in. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there as well. And if you've got specific questions for your reading, if you don't want to just leave it open to your higher self, for me to give the guidance that your higher self wants to give you, if you've got specific questions, and after you've booked in, click on the Contact Us page on my website. How best to deal with these energies today? 3 cards awkwardly came out, but I was hearing very clearly that they were all very relevant. So the King of Swords, this is a day for getting clarity, for seeing the bigger picture, seeing above your usual patterns, for getting clarity. Like I said, it's that energy of a reality check, of a long hard look at yourself in the mirror going, stop fooling myself now. I've stopped doing that thing. There's a very kind of a maturing kind of an energy, waking up something today. Having clarity on that. The Hierophant is about spiritual lessons. The spiritual lessons, learning from where we've been before. And the Two of Pentacles. It's okay for things to be up in the air, for things to be unknown, for things, you don't need to know the answers. You don't need to know if this is the job for your lifetime, if this is the house that you'll remain in for the rest of your life, or if this is if you're twin flame, your soulmate kind of thing. You don't need to know that. You can be on the journey and find out who they are, whether you do choose them or not. Let it unfold. Let them give you a lesson and learn more about yourself, or let it be more than that. Just let it be what it is and make your decisions sensibly as you go through it. So think of a yes or no answer question now. Don't ask, are they my soulmates? Your answer is no. Don't do it. It's the ruby. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Really helps out my YouTube channel. In fact, it really hinders my YouTube channel if you don't do that stuff. Just a few seconds of your time compared to the 3 8-hour days that I put into making these videos a week as well. So please do that, even if it's just to say hi. You really are in charge of the success of my YouTube channel, because they don't show people my videos unless you guys are doing that. So thank you for doing that. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I make one of these energy updates every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. As I said, you can find that next show, Laying in Wait, on my YouTube channel down there. And I make 3 love picker card reads a week as well. You can find one of them right there. You can watch that next if you like. So have the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.